Hi guys, welcome back to my XVS guide. Now I'm gonna review Solitary Patron Snow. So let's start from his stats. I must say that I'm quite disappointed with his stats. Why? Because if you take a look here, on normal form, he gets 150% defense and 70% health. And on Brave Ship form, he gets 150% spirit and 70% health. These two stats are kind of low for a tank. So most tanks have like 120 or above 100% health boost, but him only 70%. So that's one weakness. Second weakness is the defensive stats. Usually you get like 170, 190%, but he only get 150%. But for defense and spirit, maybe it is not that bad because he gets insane boost from true double hand or true dual wield defense and spirit, depends on which form you are on. Okay, so the only complaint is health. Another thing I want to complain is he doesn't have draw attack, and I think this is really big weakness for a tank. You should have at least like 50% draw attack, but this time not even 30%. Okay, zero draw attack, and you will see later it is really important draw attack, especially for him. And for other stats, I cannot say anything about it, but be careful if you use him against enemy who use fire attack because he has minus 50% fire resist. But I won't say this is a weakness because he gets nice ice resist, like, and water. So yeah, I'm okay with minus 50%. Okay, you get huge elemental resist on other element. Okay, so that's enough for the stats. Now let's take a look on the normal form. Normal form, he is a physical tank and also able to become finisher. And the good thing is he use defense as his offensive stats. Okay, so he can deal nice damage. Yes, I say nice, not great. Okay, because he doesn't have weapon damage modifier unless of course you use two-hand axe, but I don't think there is any two-handed axe that have great defense, so take that into account. Okay, and the damage, like you can see, it is nice, 100 times defense base, so it is nice. You can also dual cast it, so 200 times damage, not bad damage. Okay, and it also break 85% attack, which is great if you pair him with Savior of Soul Lightning. That means you can get 85% attack and magic break without needing to bring dedicated breaker. And the good thing about him is the damage mitigation. He has 90% damage mitigation. Yes, 90%. So this thing is good because you can spam it. So for other characters, maybe you have something like this, but you cannot spam it on every turn. For Snow, as long as you're able to have 48 limit burst crystals, you can use it. So yes, really good. And even if you don't have that, you can use 75% damage mitigation, which use MP. So yes, you can wait until you have that 48 limit burst crystals, and tada, you also have that 30 limit burst fill. Okay, so this one is good because this, like, if you use this, I think on the next turn you will be able to use your 90% damage mitigation move because you already fill 30 limit burst crystals. You only need to search for 18 limit burst crystals more, which is very easy to do if you have faster LBV rate. And another support thing that he able to do is 50% physical mitigation. So this is also really good because most physical mitigation spammable one, okay, only range like 30 to 40%. So this 50% and it is spammable, it will be great on some situation. Another thing I want to complain is his AoE physical cover. The chance is great, but the mitigation is kind of low because his mitigation only 65 to 70%, while Gabran has like 70 to 85%. So yes, you really need to rely on your 90% damage mitigation if you really want to surpass Gabran as AoE physical cover tank. And for limit burst, it is a finisher move. It deals 120 times, and he has, if you use his ATB charge, he at least has like 350% limit burst damage. So he deals 540 times, which is great, but remember he doesn't have chain modifier cap and weapon damage modifier if you make him into true dual wield or equipping one hand weapon. Okay, pay that in mind. So it is great damage, I mean it's nice damage, but not great or meta breaking. So that's for normal form. Now let's take a look on Brave Shift form. Brave Shift form, he is about the same like the normal form. He still has that 90% damage mitigation, but the difference is instead of physical mitigation, now he has magic mitigation. It is still great because like physical, you usually get only 30 to 40% magic mitigation. This time he has 50%, spammable, nice. And for magic cover, sadly, it is still kinda inferior, okay, compared to Facey, because Facey has like 65 to 80% mitigation on her cover, but for Snow, he only gets 55 to 65% mitigation on his AoE magic cover. So again, inferior. You need to use that 90% to surpass Facey. And on this form, he can imbue himself with Dark Element. This useful for his finishing ability, which deals 200 times spirit base damage. It seems nice, okay, higher than your defense finisher on normal form, but pay attention, you use 50% health to use this. So if you double cast this, you will be dead, unless yes you heal in the middle of the process, then you can sustain his life. Okay, be careful. And for his limit burst, it also deal better damage, 130 times spirit, and it is also only 1 hit versus 4 hit on normal form. So I can say this one is better as a DPS if you use him as a finisher, okay, the Brave Shift form. But be careful, because if you die on this form and you use him as your main magic cover, then it's probably game over, because yes, you have 2 turns cooldown into Brave Shift form. So make sure he doesn't die on this form if you use him as an AoE magic cover. Okay, so that's all for the Brave Shift form. Now let's talk about equipment. For equipment, there are nothing complicated, okay? Simply on normal form, focus on building his defense. On Brave Shift form, it is his spirit. And yes, if you really want to use him, you want to have some faster LBV rate, okay? Because you want to maintain your 90% damage mitigation. That's what makes him great. So try to give him maybe 100 to 150% faster LBV rate, and you can also get additional faster LBV rate from the buff in the battle. I think that's enough to maintain your 90% damage mitigation throughout the battle. Okay, and for limit burst damage, it is also important if you want to use him as a DPS, but be careful, okay? If you try to have high limit burst damage boost, then probably your defense or spirit gonna be suck. So yes, it's quite hard to gear him. That's what I want to say. Okay, and yes, his biggest weakness, like I said, is no draw attack. And if you haven't haven't realized, he doesn't have draw attack on his normal and Brave Shift form, and that's really big weakness. Because yes, he doesn't have draw attack. That means he cannot become your provoker. unless of course you equip him with equipments which allow him to do that. And yes, you can do that easily if you are veteran players. You have Mock Charm, you have Skull Plate Plus, but again, if you don't have those limited equipment, then I can say you gonna have problem on equipping him. Because one notable equipment is only from Knightly Paragon Lawrence, okay? His STMR, 30% draw attack. And another notable equipment is Fun STMR. But again, Snow cannot equip Sword. So good luck on your draw attack. That's what I can say. If you are not veteran players and you miss this listed equipment on the screen. So that's all about equipment. My conclusion for Snow. Snow is still very good character. He is great value characters. He has two important roles. AoE physical tank and AoE magic tank. For Provoker, it depends on your equipment. Do you have the equipment to make him into Provoker? If yes, then yes, he is good. And the thing that really makes him great is that 90% damage mitigation. If you cannot maintain that 90% damage mitigation, then I can say Gabron and Facey are better. They have much more useful support abilities than Snow. Okay, really Facey like able to give you stats buff. Yeah, but you name it. Okay, just take a look. Facey support abilities are insane. And the most important thing is, it's okay if Facey dead, but for Snow, as a magic tank, if he is dead, then you are dead too. Because you will be back on normal form, and tada, you cannot cover your allies from magic attack. That's really dangerous. Okay, Snow also have that 50% physical and magic mitigation, which are very useful. And his Thrustmaster reward and STMR are unique, okay? I cannot say they are trash because in the future this can be useful, but wow, this is really unique. A Fist without attack boost, only defense and spirit. Maybe this gonna be useful for unique character like Xuanwu and Xinglong in the future, maybe. I mean something like Xuanwu and Xinglong who use defense or spirit as their offensive move. It's really nice. And yes, I think that's all you need to know about Snow, guys. Really, he's not bad, okay? But make sure you're able to pull that 90% damage mitigation on the battle every time you need, okay? Every 2 turns, and he will be great as a magic and physical tank. And his vision card, I must say, this is another thing I don't like from him. It is super niche. And yes, it is only useful for him, but even it is useful for him, it is still suck. Not suck bad, it is still the best vision card for him. But take a look, you need to equip both Axe and Fist to get maximum benefit, 80% health boost. But on level 10, you need to make him into true double hand character if you want to get that equipment, defense and spirit boost. So what? When I saw this, what? If you want to get that defense and spirit boost from level 10 ability, then you only get 40% health boost. So choose your poison, okay? I'm kind of annoyed by this, but that's all what I think about Solitary Patron Snow. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Private Spheres guide. Bye bye, guys.